Welcome to the second stability workout from weeks 11 and 12 of Unlock Your Bautie. Using the deep core and glute stability we've built throughout the last 8+ weeks of deep core workouts, we're going to increase the challenge as we continue stabilizing our bodies, working outward to our hips and shoulders from our deep core and glutes. We'll do some of the same moves from the last session, but in a seated position this time, and there are some new moves as well. Let's get started in easy pose for a little bit of seated cat-cow. Inhale the chest forward, exhale rounding the spine, just taking a little bit of time to connect with your breath and open through the shoulders and chest. Moving into seated shoulder packing. You can stay where you are in easy pose or come up onto your shins with your toes pointed, whatever is most comfortable for you. This time we're going to keep our arms by our sides. We're going to inhale our shoulders up towards our ears, and then active exhale, really engaging the core as we also drive our shoulder blades down toward our pelvis. Continue slowly moving with your breath, inhaling your shoulders up towards your ears, exhaling, contracting everything, really engaging all the way through your deep core, down your shoulders, down your back. Doing what's often referred to as engaging the shoulders on the active exhale down. I like to imagine there are little grippers on the muscles just below my shoulder blades that are helping to activate the movement. This is where you really want to feel it. Even as you're inhaling up, you want to use those muscles below your shoulder blades and surrounding them to really activate that movement. Keep checking your pelvis, make sure you keep it in neutral. Think about how core engagement feels when you were doing pelvic tilts. We want to make sure we aren't arching our low back into an anterior position, especially as we come down on the active exhale. Moving into seated latissimus dorsi pull-down. Stay where you are. If you're in easy pose, just switch the direction that your legs are crossed. Grab a strap or something similar to hold on to so that you can keep it taut while your arms are overhead. This is the exact same move as last time. We're just going to do it seated. So we're going to inhale the arms up overhead like we're making a Y shape, and then we're going to active exhale them, bringing our elbows back down toward our rib cage. Same thing, making sure to really keep the pelvis in neutral the entire time and engage your core as you bring your arms down on the exhale. Don't forget to keep space between your shoulders and ears even as you're driving your arms up overhead. This can help eliminate any pressure or tension in your neck or upper shoulders. That being said, stop at any time if it feels like too much. It shouldn't be painful. Just continue at your own pace, moving with your breath. Moving into seated abduction slides, go ahead and just extend your legs out straight in front of you. Active exhaling is you swing your leg out away from your body, inhaling it back to neutral. If you want to make this a little bit more challenging, you can try to hover your foot above the ground the entire time. Really engage your quads and imagine lifting up through your kneecaps. This can help if you feel any strain on the knee, and it also helps to keep from locking the knee. Go ahead and switch sides. Same thing, just moving at your own pace with your breath. And remember, this isn't about how far you can swing your leg, it's about making sure that you're engaging the appropriate muscles, engaging the core, breathing properly, and connecting all of those things as you move. That's a lot in and of itself. Moving into seated rainbows for our hip flexors and abductors. Same thing, active exhaling as you make the rainbow, inhaling back to center. If you want to make this more challenging, you can use a prop and place a block or something else underneath your foot. Go ahead and switch sides. Moving into seated external shoulder rotations. You can either bring yourself back into easy pose, crossing your legs, or you can make your way up onto your shins, pointing your toes, whatever is most comfortable. This is the same movement as last time. We're just going to deepen it a little bit by widening our arms as we inhale and then bringing them all the way back into our rib cage as we exhale. Focus on your mid-back muscles, pulling your shoulder blades toward one another without letting them touch. I like to imagine I'm trying to hold the 2x4 or something similarly shaped between my shoulder blades. Keep the pelvis in neutral here. It's pretty easy to let the low back arch on the inhale. This one's less about safety and just wanting to keep it as more of a stability move than a stretch. We certainly want to open into the chest and strengthen the mid-back, but we're not trying to stretch the chest or stretch the low back. Moving into prone W's, make your way down to your stomach. Inhale as you lift your upper body with your arms in a W shape. Exhale, release back to the floor. Keep your chin tucked to keep your neck neutral. You can lightly push the front of your hips into the floor by engaging your glutes to help relieve any low pressure on your back. Lightly pushing into the tops of your feet as you come up on the inhale can also help. Moving into frog pumps, this time instead of doing it from our stomachs, we're going to do it from our back. Grab a block, putting it toward your feet, lie down with your knees up, feet down. From here, let your knees drop, grabbing the block with the bottoms of your feet. Find a position that feels comfortable for your knees by adjusting your feet closer or further from your pubic bone. On the active exhale, you're going to engage your glutes and gently push the soles of your feet into the block as you lift your glutes off the floor. Inhale, release. Again, this should be a fairly small movement. You're not trying to get your butt 3 feet off the floor. Just continue moving with your breath, really focusing on core and glute engagement. Moving into a reclined hip abduction. Stay where you are, removing the block, just bringing your knees back up, soles of your feet on the floor. Raise your right leg, extending it straight, about the height of your other knee. Point or flex your toes, whatever is most comfortable. You're going to active exhale, swinging your leg out. Inhale, bring it back in. Just continue moving with your breath. If you have hypermobile knees or for any reason feel like they're about to lock on you, my recommendation is to point your toes and then just lift up through your kneecaps and your quads a little bit. I find it a little bit easier to keep the knees in a safe range of motion by doing that. But always listen to your body and do what works. Release, go ahead and switch sides, doing this on the left side. Active exhaling the leg away from the body, inhaling it back in. Heading into our last move, it's a single leg glute bridge with a piriformis stretch. Stay where you are with your knees up, soles of your feet on the floor. Take a minute to just gently roll your arm bones back a little bit, helping to make sure that your shoulder blades are making contact with the floor. Get your pelvis in neutral. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. On the active exhale, engage your deep core and glutes as you push up through your heel. Inhale, release, repeat, moving with your breath. Same thing, we don't have to get our butt 12 inches off the floor. If you're lifting 1-2 inches, that's fantastic. The most important thing is proper muscle engagement. Go ahead and release. We're going to switch sides, crossing the left ankle over the right knee. Active exhaling as you push up, inhaling and releasing. and release. You, my friend, have finished your workout. Feel free to do this a couple of times a week if you're not too sore. Make sure you check out the full playlist on the other channel at Embodied. Hope you feel a little bit more comfortable in your body. I will see you next time.